Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, now that I have everything announced and stuff. Hola! ¿Cómo estás? Let me, oh, I forgot to open up, Streamlabs bot. 'Cause I have something set up. If I can get it to work. The CPU is running fine. Everything should be good. Okay. Let me load something. Also, yeah, I'm like 15 minutes late. I do realize that, but hopefully everything's fine. I'm starting a poll. Fudge. Let me... You would think it would like show all the options, but apparently not. I'm gonna have to add another scene. You aren't gonna hear me for a bit. Wait. Okay, actually you can hear me, which is surprising. Let's just do not window capture, just display capture. Okay, so basically what I have is this. And I should make a command as well. Fudge, wait. Okay, I had another group. What? How? Okay, fudge. I know I set something up to where it can work, but you know, whatever, I guess. That's weird. Sorry for sitting on the menu screen so long. I'll basically just pull this over to show you what I'm trying to do. So I want to make a new group, but I don't know why it's not letting me make a new group. I'm just gonna make a Danganronpa. And it's just gonna list off everyone who is the... Oh, I created another one. That's cool. fudge. Let's see if this will work. Also, ignore all the messages. This is the only way I can... Well, probably not the only way. I could probably bring up a notepad or whatever. Thank you for just now realizing this stream is live. Also, you don't even have to worry about if the list is spoilers. It's literally the same list as listed in the school handbook. I literally... Also, as the game progresses, and after each chapter, I'll take off everyone who's died or got executed or just stuff like that. So the list will start dwindling. And the people who are still around will still be on the list, but the people who have died will not be. Or I could keep the list the same to, like, prevent spoilers or something. I don't know. Fudge. Also, the reason I have this episode, you can actually see what I'm doing. And the ID is the exact same for the dead list, but we don't need the dead list, or the dead poll right now, because we already know who is dead. Yeah, I didn't have that set up for last stream. So now if we do... Oh, fudge. Okay, that's fun. Each one's a different message. Great. Fantastic. Thanks for the spam, bot. God. Okay, cool, I guess. It works. Now, if I could, like... That's awful. Fine, have it spam the chat then. Okay, so that list is now a thing where each one is literally an individual choice. But whatever, it's fine, I guess. Switch back to the actual Danganronpa thing so you don't see everything on screen. But basically, now if you do... I've set up a poll where you can guess who will be the killer, and that is the ID for everyone. So, if you saw earlier, poll started for who will be the killer. You can enter by typing in !vote ID. That is the ID for every single character. So, let's say you think that Chihiro is going to be the killer. Then you do !vote 14. So then I will see that there's been a vote for Chihiro. So you can put in whatever you want now, because... you can guess whatever the killer's gonna be, and I'll see the votes when they come in. I could make it like full screen, or like I could see the full list, or whatever. Okay, everything should be set up now, and if you need to ask, without, like, if you ever need it again, do !list, or I can literally just tell you, because I have it up. Okay, here's the thing. This is the guess before we get into anything. There will be another, poll that will be for who was the killer after we do everything. Do !vote ID. And the ID is the number associated with each name. So you don't type in, like, the actual full name or whatever. And then, if you need to know, do !list, but I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to do !spacelist. And this is just guessing right now. I will have another poll later on once we have the full investigation. That will be, hey, who do you think it is now? Like, after we've investigated everybody. Or after we've gotten all the clues. So, I think you're the only one here, but I do want to say, if you're watching, we're getting into spoiler territory now. Because first person just died. And now we're getting into the investigation. You have to put a space in between vote and 13. Oh, so you think Junko did it. Interesting. And there we go. Popped up. See if I can remember the voices. It's been a day or two. When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring at a huge ceiling. It was a ceiling I remembered seeing before, and when I sat up, I saw someone looking at me. Again, it was someone who I had seen before. You're awake, finally, are you okay? No, it's not the time for sleeping, get up! Huh? You unconscious, dude. I had to carry you back here.
Well,
it was no surprise considering what happened. What happened? Hey, are you okay? So it wasn't a dream. What I saw, it was real? That's right, it really did happen. Sayaka is dead. A deep, dark despair worked its way through my body and then exploded out of me. I shot up and took off running. Hey, where do you think you're going? I have to see for myself. I have to see if Sayaka is... What? Oh, that was weird. I was like, it just disappeared.
Just give up.
You can check once, twice, 1,000 times. Sayaka is completely and irrevocably dead. No, I have to see for myself. Listen to us, man. What do you think's gonna happen if you go out there? But what good is it gonna do if we're just sitting around here? I mean, why are we all hanging out at the gym like at a time like this? Our friend Sayaka, she's dead. Dead. When I said that, it finally hit me. I realized she was really gone.
Calm down.
None of us want to be here right now either. Then why? Should it be obvious? Monokuma told us all to come here. Well, hold on! Don't talk like that, we all protested it. I mean, we remember the terrible price Sayaka had to pay. But...
So...
I'm the one who convinced him to come. Right now, we need to do whatever he says. We're his prisoners, right? It's not a good idea to defy him without reason.
Correct.
We don't need to make any more sacrifices than we already have. Why should we listen to anything he has to say? It's obvious he's the one who killed Sayaka.
Wrong.
I would never do that. If you can believe anything, you can believe that.
He's here again.
Hey,
Unless someone violates a school regulation, I will absolutely not interfere. I can promise you, I won't do anything that goes against the purpose of your school life here. I'm famous at safari parks throughout the world for following the Bear ×1 rule.
but...
Then who did it? Who killed her?
Come on!
You already know the answer. The one who killed her is one of you.
Nobody had a reply for that. One of us killed Sayaka? Don't be stupid, that's...
What?
What's the matter? You guys all look like you're about to see a dove get shot up with a Gatling gun. Don't you remember what I told you when this all began? One of you decided to kill Sayaka so you could graduate. Someone's just following the rules. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well...
You're lying, right?
Of course he's lying, I'm telling you, he killed her.
Wrong.
Nope, sorry. One of you is a bona fide killer. If they wanted to, the one who did it could testify to that little fact.
What? Without thinking, I looked around at everyone. They all had the same look on their faces. Everyone looked at each other with a combination of fear, suspicion, and confusion. Are you serious?
What is this?
Someone killed someone! It is amazing what some people are capable of.
Just hold on.
Hey, hold on. Don't assume that he's telling the truth.
Stop talking.
That's enough. Before we do anything else, I'd like to confirm something with the stuffed animal here. If one of us really did kill her, that person gets to graduate from the school, right?
Huh?
Come on.
Don't play dumb. That's what you said, isn't it? If you kill someone, you get to leave. Laughing. Intense laughing.
What?
Why are you laughing?
It's cuts. Naive. You're just so naive. You really think it's that easy? You could just kill someone and waltz on out of here? You're super naive. Devilishly naive. Hellishly naive.
No, no, no.
The real thing has just begun.
The real thing?
Now then.
Are you ready? Allow me to explain the second part of the rule regarding graduation. Just like I explained to you before, you must kill someone if you want to leave. However, even when you do that, there's still one more part of the agreement you have to uphold, remember?
Then perhaps...
You are referring to rule number 6 of the school regulations. If you are the Blacken that committed the murder, you can't be found out by the other students. That is what you're talking about, is it not?
In other words...
Bingo! It's not enough to just kill someone. You have to actually get away with it. Which naturally means you need a system in place to assess whether or not it's been gotten away with. So, a certain amount of time after a murder has taken place, a class trial will begin.
Class trial?
Yep, It'll begin a few hours after the murder. Everyone will gather together, including the blackened who committed the murder. And they and the spotless students will engage in a one big debate showdown.
During the trial, you'll have to present your arguments about who you think the blackened is. And once everything comes to an end, the outcome will be decided by popular vote. If the answer you've arrived at is correct, only the one that disturbed your peace will be punished. The rest may continue their communal life. However, if you choose poorly, then the one who got away with murder will survive, and the rest of you will receive your punishment. Which of course means your school life will come to an end. As far as class trial rules go, that's all there is to it.
Also, let me do something real quick now that I'm thinking about it. It would also be good if I put the IDs and stuff in the description while I'm at it. Sorry, okay, everything's added.
So, what exactly is this punishment you keep talking about? Oh, well, to put it simply, it's execution. Execution?
What?
And by execution, you mean?
Execution is execution. Execution! Electric chair! Zzz, zzz, poison gas! Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane!
So, to make sure I understand, if we get the culprit right, only they die. But if we get it wrong, all the rest of us get executed?
Well,
What a smart little chimpanzee you are! Look at you implying that you didn't do it without actually saying it. So it's basically what the outside world calls a lay judge system, or an inquisition type thing, which means you'll be deciding on who you think the killer is. But judge carefully, because all your lives are on the line. Okay, let me add the rules I just described to your handbook. Make sure to keep it in mind.
The new rule has been added to the regulations menu.
Wait, hold on a second.
hell are you talking
You're
about?
freaking insane, you know that? A class trial? What is that? I don't want anything to do with it.
What's this?
Why not?
Stop it!
What do you mean, why not? Why do I have to waste my time trying to figure out who murdered someone? What? Are you saying that you are not going to participate in the trial? Only punishment awaits such blasphemy.
The hell are you talking about?
What? Punishment? I might, I don't know, throw you in a deep, dark, scary prison or something.
Shut the hell up!
Shut up.
Say whatever you want. I'm not gonna be a part of this.
Don't be so selfish.
Stop it!
You're the one being selfish. Kill whoever you want. It's got nothing to do with me.
The evil standing before me here. I'm trembling with fear. But I won't give in to such evil. It is my style to stick it out and resist to the very end. If you really want to get out of here, you'll have to go through me first.
As he said that, he came charging at us. Although it was more of a waddle. But then...
Are you in
enjoying yourself now.
Are you? Violence against Headmaster Monokuma is not allowed. I invoke the mighty summon spell. Help! To me, godly spear, Gunyear!
Oof!
This wasn't supposed to... Why me?
Suddenly, right at the end, her eyes shot wide open. And just like that, she never moved again.
No way!
What the? I don't. This can't be real.
No way!
Well now.
Now I am painfully aware of the great power and meaning of a promise. I really wanted to keep a corpse from popping up for no good reason, you know? But I guess you all needed to be taught a lesson after all. Ah, what an amazing promise. But now you guys understand, right?
Now you see just how serious I am. Defy me and you get shot full of holes, exploded, buried alive, disintegrated, etc. So, if you don't want that to happen to you, you'd best obey those school regulations.
Yep. How's it feel? How's it feel, man? Feels bad? Feels good? She did. Junko's body has been impaled with a bunch of spears. An unbelievable amount of blood started pouring out of her body. Well, there goes. Oopsie. It was the first time I'd ever seen the moment someone's life came to an end. Yeah, your theory gone. No way there could deny what they'd seen. Junko, who until just a second ago had been our friend, was dead. She died. She'd been murdered. In simple terms, it was the death of a human being.
Hey,
It's really not all that shocking. She just died, that's all. Just went and died. It's no more remarkable than the inevitable demise of the entire human race. It's just as natural as the eventual end of the world itself. This isn't some superhero comic, so it's not like when you die, you don't really die. This is reality.
why?
Why did you have to kill her? Didn't you say that you would put her in a prison or something?
I changed my mind.
No, you've been waiting to kill this entire time.
What?
Killed the entire time. Don't be silly, you can't kill time. Or are you being metaphorical? Are you saying I want to waste time this whole time? Come on, what do you take me for? I'm Monokuma.
Well now.
Anyway, none of that matters right now. I have something that I'd like to give you to help you in your search for the Blackened. This little file has all the information I've gathered about the death in question. I like to call it...
The Monokuma file!
I mean, naturally, you guys aren't experts with this kind of thing, so you can only do so much with the corpse. So instead, I've gathered up everything I know about the circumstances and cause of death. What's that? How do I know the cause of death, you ask? Because the surveillance cameras picked up the whole thing. I got to see it all go down.
Wait, so then you know who killed Sayaka?
Of course I do. If I didn't, I couldn't possibly pass a fair and accurate judgment during the trial, now could I?
Correct.
That's a good point. The judge has to be able to make the proper decision. That's somehow comforting.
Well,
Now then, please put your full effort behind your investigation. After all, you don't have a choice but to give it your best shot. Seriously, you don't have a choice. Okay, so we'll meet up for the class trial in a little while.
And with that, Monokuma disappeared again. He left us stunned and confused. He left us at a total loss. He left us with Junko's dead body growing colder right in front of us. And for who knows how long, nobody said a word. The fact that Sayaka and Junko were dead was a huge shock, of course, but then there was more to it than that. It was also the idea that one of us had actually murdered someone. And that if we didn't figure out who it was, we would all die here. We found ourselves in a situation where we couldn't help but look at each other with open suspicion. It was the worst situation imaginable, and yet, even in such a perversely terrible situation, She didn't show the slightest hint at that he had gotten to her.
Hey,
Now's no time to wallow in your depression. The worst thing that we can do right now is lose all faith in each other. That would lead to having the same disastrous result as having total faith in everyone else. Huh?
in other words,
Cooperation is absolute key at this point. Who you decide to trust or not trust is of course up to you. Continuing to think about and talk about the deceased certainly isn't going to help anything.
what the heck?
Saying stuff like that is just... How many times have I told you? Anyone who can adapt will die. Death is the only thing awaiting those who are unable or unwilling to adapt. If that happens, you have only yourself to blame.
That's terrible.
What an awful thing to say, especially after what happened.
Just a second.
Right now, exposing the killer's most important thing, because if we don't, we're all gonna die here. She's right. We need to begin our search right away.
Of course.
Either way, we can't run from the situation, so we have no choice to move forward. We just have to do it, I guess. What other choice do we have?
No way am I letting someone kill me. Alright, let's do this. We just have to do it. Everyone kept repeating that sentiment. They were using it like a mantra to give themselves strength. But they're right. We just have to do this. No matter how much we don't want to, we have no choice. If that's what it takes to survive, then that's what we have to do. On top of that, there was something I needed to find out. I had to know why Sayaka had to die. Why she had to be the one. I'm terrified to find out, but still, I have to know. Otherwise, I knew that I'd never be able to accept her death. Which is why I don't have any choice. I have to do this.
Hey,
Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we need to decide something. Decide what to do about securing the crime scene. What do you mean? You're thinking of someone putting on guard duty so no one can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed.
Hey,
In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick. Okay, then we can let Mondo look after the scene. Well, no. We can't just leave him there alone.
what?
What? Why not?
Stop talking.
Isn't it obvious? If you were the culprit, what's the first thing you would do? By volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want. What?
So then.
Fine. I'll stay there on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Two-player co-op base defense with the two of them. With their stats, they're totally OP. Since we won't be able to help the investigation, we're putting all our faith in the rest of you.
but
I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try.
Huh?
Is this really
Don't
happening?
fuck with me.
Screw that bear. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body, touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There was nothing else to say. She was gone. I don't know why you even bothered to check after those injuries and losing that much blood. Frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that. Huh? Hold on. Hold on. Just wait a second. She's dead? Then that means everything that's been happening so far is real? It's not a joke or whatever? It's really real? No, someone save me. Let me out of here. Somebody help me.
what's your problem?
You're just now accepting that?
You need to hurry up and figure out who the culprit is. I should freaking choose. Can I get a freaking...
We can't run away from the situation, so we have no choice but to move forward.
Do I just talk to her again?
Anyway,
We're going to find out who that killer is, because if we don't, we're all gonna die here. Who do I talk to next? This man... If we find out who did it, then only that person dies, but if we get it wrong, then the rest of us face execution. That's what that ridiculous school regulation said, right? So stupid. Who do I choose?
what the heck?
I hate this, but still we don't have a choice. We have to figure out who did it, or else we're all dead. Man in the back.
Are you
So we're really going to try to find out who did it?
Oh,
So you finally noticed. Huh? Notice what? I was looking through the Monokuma file we received, and I noticed something very obvious and very unusual. Huh? What are you talking about? Go ahead, take a look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? She died in Makoto's dorm. What? She's right! Then couldn't it be? All at once, everyone's gaze turned to me. Hold on a second, you've got it all wrong. For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid. You expect us to believe all that? Just tell us the truth. The look in everyone's eyes has gone a complete 180 from just a few minutes earlier. The feeling of suspicion and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it?
So then,
Are we all done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out whoever killed Sayaka. We'll have to collect clues to form a foundation, then construct an argument to come to a final decision. If we get this wrong,
so...
well, do I really have to say any more?
Perhaps you
And rather you didn't, no.
Goodbye.
Everyone pray for good luck. And with that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym.
Goodbye.
I'll be going too. And just like Kyoko, who was gone before we
Yo.
realized it. Oh yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? Better head to the scene of the crime. That's right.
Hey, damn it.
Just let me say this right now. If whatever person did this is here right now, and they're thinking of destroying that evidence, they better not let me find them. I'll skip the trial and cave their skull in myself. Seriously. Letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sakura ran off. But, I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know? Fudge, I missed what she said. Click too fast. How do we even do something like that?
Anyway,
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. What are you implying? It
very
was
suspicious.
you. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Don't come any closer. Are you gonna kill me next?
so,
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. Not sure that Makoto's guilty yet.
That's true. We may as well we may as least check just to check.
Even if it wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Wait, why not? I'm not good with blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I black out.
Oh, yeah?
Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. Alright, I guess I better get going. Wait, don't go yet. You have to hear me out. But it was pointless. Everyone had already left. Their parting looks at me has still been filled with suspicion. Does everyone really think I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why do they have to suspect me? I have to do something. Otherwise, everyone will.
Execution is execution. Electric chair. Bzz, bzz, poison gas.
I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka. Investigation mode. I guess I should look through the Monokuma file we got before. The victim was Sayaka Mizuno. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen. There was also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered fracture. We have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow, I have to find out the truth, so that we can all survive. And for Sayaka, I have to find out how she was killed. Monokuma file has been added to the truth bullets. Aren't you going to help investigate, Chihiro? But I can't leave Juko here. I feel sorry for her. I have to stay with her. No way! I seriously don't want to die here. I'm begging you. God, Buddha, Mother Earth, God of Space, King Neptune, help me! I don't care who it is, just get me out of here. Hiro doesn't seem prepared to do any kind of investigating right now. Big oof. Leave the gym. Nobody here right now.
So first thing we should do is check a room. First of all, I should head to see the client. My room. We wouldn't make any progress without investigating there. So I head to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. I better examine the state of my room a little closer. It might reveal something new. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself till now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating has come off in parts of the blade and the handle. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. I remember the coating sticks to you even if you touch just a little bit. There's a key on the ground. It has my name on it, so it must be my room key. If I remember correctly.
Ah, that's right. We have to trade keys.
When we switch room, we switch keys too. So Sayaka would have had the key here in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true, then how did the killer get into the room in the first place? Could Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone.
Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what would have been the point of even switching?
After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it or opened it for any reason. Well, maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something. No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms. And with how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around. So she couldn't have dropped it. So, how did the killer... Sakura, do you think I'm guilty too?
I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead.
I see. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does that mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, the sword's been taken out, so it's just the sheath, but... Huh? There's some scratches on the sheath. They must have been made with something sharp. But how did the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone with the sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of the fight. So why are there scratches on the sheath? There were scratches and gouges on my wall and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? Looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. I was right in the other room. If only I'd heard something.
That would not have been possible.
Huh?
Don't you remember? All our rooms are completely soundproof. So something could happen in the room right next to you, and there's no way you could know. Perhaps this was just another Monokuma's strategies creating an ideal setting for a murder.
Evidence of a struggle. Toolkit is still inside this drawer. I don't see any evidence that's been used at all, which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine. I haven't had any reason to open it. I can't even imagine a situation where I need a toolkit like this.
Yo.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, Mondo.
What?
We ain't exactly in the mood to be building furniture, right?
So you haven't used yours either, then?
What?
Not just me.
What?
Nobody's busted theirs out yet, as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday.
By the way.
None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet, cause like, why would we?
Toolkit add to the truth bullets. Notepad is still here, but I don't think that's relevant right now. Anything else that... There's that. I can check the trash can and just wait. Stand the sword was on. Nothing. Anything in the trash? Nothing in the trash. Let's talk to Mondo first, and then we'll talk to Kyoko.
You know, I realized something while I was on guard duty. Killer could have already destroyed some evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean. There's a trash room here in the dorms, right? They could have tossed some stuff in there.
Yeah, that's definitely possible.
Son of a bitch.
That dirty anyone who raises their hands to a woman is scum that deserves death. That's what my brother taught me.
Fucking dead.
So if I ever find that did it, I'm gonna pound his face in.
But what if it was a girl that did it?
Yo.
That'll get sorted out when the time comes.
Feminism, man. Hey, Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area, but...
What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious?
No, not really.
When Makoto's voice is higher than Kyoko's voice.
I'm searching.
Searching?
Big mood. She was down on her knees and carefully inspecting every inch
Did
of my
you
room.
lose a contact or something?
Idiot. I don't know what she's doing, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. Did you lose a contact or something? That's what you asked. That's what you asked the freaking person trying to investigate. She's the one looking around, man. Should look around here first. Can check other spots later. What else is there to investigate? Door? Should check the room first of all. I was freaking checking the room. Oh wait, lint roller. Huh, looking at the lint roll, it looks like there's way less than there was before. Did Sayaka see how dirty my room was and decide to clean it up a little? Again, is there anything else I need to check? Wow, that's a lot. Holy cow. Check the bed, maybe? There's couch in the bed like someone attacked it. What happened here? There's so many things. Holy cow. On the wall, too. There's scratches and gouges on my wall in bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? Yes. There's been some kind of fight in my room.
Our rooms are completely soundproof, remember? If anything had happened, there's no way you could have known. Perhaps this was another one.
Okay, we already talked about this. Talk to Kyoko again? Hey, Kyoko.
What are you...
Just went over this. She suddenly stood up straight and said,
Listen.
"Oh, okay, there we go. Finally. Yay." Are you a clean freak? Huh? No, I don't think so. But what? Nodding, she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
Just as I suspected, there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
so...
I've searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
Indeed.
Not one hair from the victim, not one hair from you, even though you've been living here. You know, now that you mentioned it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roller in my room had been used, but I've never touched it. Could someone have used it too?
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka or the killer?
Well,
That's the question, isn't it? I keep changing Kyoka's voice. In the bathroom, and on the other side of this door. No, I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Forcing myself to push my panic down, I stepped into the bathroom. Looking at her made it painfully clear that it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her, her. Sayaka. All at once I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, the urge to burst into tears. But I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up, I wanted to collapse, but that thought held me up and supported me. What up, girl? I told myself I simply couldn't face what I saw, but now's no time to be thinking like that. Pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about your body. Some sort of sharp object has been thrust into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get it? That's definitely something I should look into later. And according to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's right wrist is broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. But there's something sort of glittery on her wrist too. Right there, where her wrist is all swollen, that's something glittery. Whoa, that's something glittery. Speaks out loud. Hey, there's something glittery there. Oh my goodness, man. That definitely concerns me. You're speaking to no one, Makoto. Another thing that concerns me is, there's some blood on her left index finger, but that's it. The palm of both her hands are totally spotless, so how come only her left finger? stab wound in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she'd already been killed? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. Is there anything else I need to check? Oh, that thing. I looked past Sayaka to the wall behind her, and there I saw 11037. What? Written in blood were the numbers 11037. Did Sayaka do this? Well, okay then. Leave the bathroom. Flip it.
It would seem...
It looks like you have found it, right, Makoto? The bloody numbers. It's most likely Sayaka's dying message. I've never seen something written in blood before. It really was her final message. It's as if she wrote it with life itself. Do you often talk like an aspiring poet? But the numbers she wrote, what do they mean? 11037, I have no idea what they could possibly mean. The way she wrote the numbers makes me think she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location, while she was sitting in the way we found her, it could mean she wrote them by turning only her hand towards the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be? The result? Well, think about it. You're not gonna tell me? You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself. Otherwise, the case will end and you'll remain unconvinced. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not gonna tell me. Sounds like Kyoko knows what Sayaka's dying message means, but honestly I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to the numbers, who better to ask than the ultimate programmer? There's one other thing I want to ask you about. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck?
What?
Gets stuck? Yeah, I guess I'm the only one, but the door doesn't fit into the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked. But once you learn the trick, it opens no problem.
Correct.
So the door doesn't quite fit in the frame, huh? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. Huh? The doorknob?
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. I did what Kyoko said and shut the bathroom door. Huh? The doorknob. Oh, woo, what's this? Oh, what the heck? The doorknob's practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem...
Someone must have used a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious that this was intentional. What? It was intentional? Why would someone want to do that?
So...
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and end up breaking the whole thing. But my bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls' bathroom can lock. Only the girls' bathrooms can lock, right? She stood there for a while, lost in thought, then apparently struck with a sudden realization, she shot a question at me.
Just a second.
I have one more question for you. She shot a question at me. I have another question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Oh, well, I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is only you and Sayaka knew about it. Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I got the sense she was really starting to get into all this.
I see.
Then that clears that up. Huh? What clears what up? I'm so lost.
Goodbye.
Well, see you later. As if forgetting I was ever even there, she suddenly turned and left the room. Bathroom door now was added to the truth bullets. Really? I still don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once-over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. I should start looking into where the murder weapon might have come from, and also, I should look into the DVD Sayaka got. With Sayaka dead, I have no choice but to see for myself what was in that video. And on top of that, I'm sure there are some other areas worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks. If they'll even talk to me, that is. Okay, so, Ultimate Programmer's room. Sayaka's DVD, which is in her room. What now? Huh? This is definitely my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it. Huh? This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. The nameplates in my room and Sayaka's room were switched. So all that effort I went into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless. But why would anyone do that? I have to go into a room anyway. Oh, so you think it's Leon? Why is that? Sorry, I missed the message. There can only be one thing in the trash can. Yep, the DVD with Sayaka's name on it. Sayaka got really upset after seeing whatever was in that video. I wonder, what did she see? It might not have been directly related to the case, but it might be worth checking out anyway. I'm sorry, Sayaka. I need to borrow this DVD. And away we go. Need this area? Yes. We also need to talk to Leon.
Seems like...
Something doesn't seem right. The Monokuma file says Sayaka was killed in your room. Just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? We did. Just flip the message upside down and says Leon. The number message? Ah, my eye. Fudge. Now I'm gonna have a contact that's about to drop out. Ah.
Very strange. Mr. Naegi, what was Miss Mizuno doing in your room? Let me just say this. I absolutely will not allow you to dispose any evidence in the trash room.
Do you really think I'm guilty? Okay, speaking of, we need to talk to Chihiro, who hopefully is in a room. No, okay, so where's Chihiro? Also, we need to go to the trash room. There's trash room. There's a sturdy gate here, no way to get past.
Monokuma appeared!
It's the end of the line. The trash room. This is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up.
How do you get this gate open?
No, you can't go any further!
No entry allowed at this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in.
Cleaning
No,
duty?
no, you can't go any further!
Who's on cleaning
No,
duty?
no, you can't go any further!
This is stupid. It'd just be faster to go around and ask the
No,
others.
no, you can't go any further!
Cleaning duty's being honored. Look at this though. There's a hatch on the floor. Door won't budge. Must be locked. And I just accidentally opened up something. Looks like some kind of switch. I wonder what it does. Extra attentive. In this area? Yes. Hey, Byakuya. Byakuya, can you tell me anything about cleaning duty? No.
Such ignorance.
You're like a child lost in the woods, you know that? A total waste of space. What do you mean? Taka's the only one who has any interest in organizing things like that. Oh, good point. Okay, where be Taka? Dining hall. There's the alley. Hina, are you investigating the dining hall?
No, I'm just taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we started. This is all a first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue what I should be doing.
I know what you mean.
And I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps keep me calm. I know I shouldn't, but I just have been kinda hanging around here. Tell the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was killed.
Care to elaborate? No, that's exactly what... back room. Scoomy. There are all kinds of kitchen knives here, big and small, but looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or better see if anyone knows more about it. Well, Hina just said that she was been here. So, Hina, care to elaborate? Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange, a knife just suddenly disappearing like that.
Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning?
That's right.
Nope. Last I remembered, they were all lined up in a nice, neat row.
So when did you notice one of them had disappeared?
Well, when I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. When I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone.
Are you saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall?
Yeah.
In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure, you can tell everyone that I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Smart move, by the way.
Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka?
What? Of course not. I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her?
I mean,
Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, then one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea.
Also, I'm freaking glad that I don't have to... laundry room! Here, one in there. I'm also glad I don't have to narrate the trials. They're all voice acted. Because, oh boy, that would get old real quick. My voice would hurt. Okay, I gotta go watch Sayaka's DVD. I don't really want to teleport around, because I don't really feel like it. Oh, there's Taka. Hello. Cleaning duty, eh? As a matter of fact, Monokumi came and talked to me yesterday morning. Really?
Listen to me.
He probably realized I was basically in charge, so he decided to talk to me directly. The topic of conversation was assigning cleaning duty. Oh, so you're on cleaning duty now?
That's wrong.
Actually, no. Huh? Okay, then who is? Fumi was up there when we had this conversation. He volunteered right away, so I let him have it. So he's on cleaning duty. Then.
Count on it.
Indeed, but we'll swap out on a weekly basis. I'm sure you'll be up before too long. Then when that time comes, I'll be counting on you. Okay, while we're here, might as well AV room it, and then talk to Hifumi about getting into the trash room. And then I need to find I'll go talk to Chihiro first, who's in the gym, and then I'll go talk to Hifumi, and then we'll go check out the trash room. Should be able to use this to see what's on the DVD. DVD that Sayaka threw in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen and put the DVD in the player. I pushed play and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then an image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. Standing on stage, front and center, was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there along with her friend she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then that voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
Sayaka Mizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Suddenly, the screen went dark, and in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. What the? Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins, but what I noticed even more than that was the figures of all the other girls who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Without warning, the video cut off. What? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say that he was even able to get them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? Okay, now to talk to Chihiro. Tokyo Drift time. Okay, seriously, I need to go get a water or something. My voice is hurting. Chihiros, I need you to run me some numbers. Hey, Chihiro, I was hoping to ask you something.
Oh, what is it?
Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what those numbers might mean? Like, could it be a code or something?
Sorry, no.
Chihiro slowly shook her head.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyways for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? No, couldn't be. Okay. Anyway, go to talk to Hifumi. Return. Once I get all the pieces, I'll go grab a drink, because that's when I'll be able to... freaking... Yeah, we'll be going into the trial next. Hifumi, we need to talk. I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty.
Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens that Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school would be completely flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was going to start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started.
And since they're on cleaning duty, you can open up the gate in the front of the trash room?
Of course! It's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. And to do that, they gave me the key for the trash room gate. Trash room gate, that is proper English. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get to the trash room, and only the person on cleaning duty has access to the key? What's the point of going to all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open at all times so we can all throw things out whenever we want? That does seem more convenient.
So in other words,
actually. Yada yada yada, we already know this rule.
so that's it.
That must be why. If anyone could go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear and things would become boring. But boring?
Hey, listen.
Anyway, more important than that,
bastard.
hey Fatty, why were you on cleaning duty gig anyway?
I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's the big deal?
You...
What's the deal with that? The exact voice I'm doing, all I can think is like the guy from Family Matters. Did I do that?
I hate myself so much.
Liar.
I know why you did it.
like-
You wanted to dig through all the girls' trash, look for and poking around at it.
No way to
What are
tell
you
about
talking
this
about?
at
All my
once.
love is for 2D.
But there's all kind of trash diggers like that. Maybe we'll get tired of 2D and then turn to...
I would never get tired of 2D.
God. This is my favorite TV show. Hello, welcome Raja, how you doing? I was about to say this is my favorite anime, like I say to Corey in the house, but then I realized that this was actually turned into an anime. Yeah, Danganronpa the animation. So never mind, that joke was out. I'm doing good. My voice is tired, because I've been voicing everybody. And it's like, well, we've lost... Actually, you know this game, right? No... No. Unfortunately, it is not.
The only thing 3D is good for is to shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and the PVC figures.
Break.
How are you totally not embarrassed to say stuff like that? If you're so worried about Hifumi's questionable morality, there's a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duty, Sakura can accompany them for picking up the trash to disposing of it.
What?
What?
So if you're as innocent as you claim, where's the harm in it?
That's not how it's supposed to.
Anyway, on another topic, Fumi, since you were on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you.
What? So now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from a past trauma, or save a village, or beat a boss, or be an annoying piece of...
No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around.
Oh, okay.
So easy. So Fumi and I headed down to the trash room.
You'd like me to open the gate, wouldn't you? You know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves a way out.
Whatever, just please hurry up.
Okie dokie, leave it to me.
Fumi pulled out a key out of his pocket and used it to flip the switch next to the gate. And then...
Creak.
What's the point of this game? Right now... Okay, this is a series called Danganronpa, if you couldn't tell by the title. And basically, 15 high schoolers are trapped in a high school, and the only way for someone to get out is if they kill a fellow student and get away with it. So right now, someone died, and now we're trying to figure out who did it. That's basically what we're doing.
However, Mr. Nayagi, surely you aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend, you planned this all along.
No, I just wanted to see if the actual killer had tried to destroy evidence or not.
But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind. Wait, maybe a parallel world?
Whatever, let's just hurry up and keep looking. Also, okay, can we go back, and tell me his eyes do not look like lips? I can't be the only one who saw that. Okay, go back a bit, and look at it. Tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong. There are shards of broken glass scattered in front of the incinerator. It looks like they could be. It looks like it was used to be some kind of glass ball, just big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Is this perhaps...
Yeah, is that...
No. Do you know what this is?
They say if you collect all seven, a dragon will appear and grant you a secret wish.
You weeb. Well, technically he is Japanese, so never mind. That doesn't work.
All kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might see on any big city street corner. Gaze into it and it'll show you a glimpse of the future. Just like that Mina girl who was on that quest to find that one guy.
All these references are lost on me except the Dragon Ball one. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who did this particular ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. They should all still be in the gym. I better go find out for sure. Who's the guy that looks into the future? That's a part of one of us. There's something in the ground facing the incinerator. Looks like a burnt piece of something.
A burnt piece? Like a hunk of burning love?
No. Anyway, this looks like a piece of cloth in the shape. It's part of the sleeve of a button-up shirt. Now that I look at it, there's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all that's left of some evidence that the killer destroyed. But there's lots of people here with white button-up shirts. This isn't enough to figure out who the killer is. Dang it, why does everyone have to have the same wardrobe all the time? This is the incinerator. It's way in the back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from here to the gate. Oh, and it's on right now.
Do you see the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
It's a pretty simple setup. You press the green button to get it going, and the yellow button to turn it off. Listen here, see? Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn it before you leave, okay? Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Fumi, do you realize what you just said?
Huh? The fairy?
Okay, look. His eyes are 100% mouths. They are kissy lips. That is weird. Or they're backwards, or they're E's, or threes, or I'm not sure. That's weird. Either way. Someone draw like a fish. drawing like your typical fish. It looks like that those are the lips of the fish, and then you just draw the rest of the body. No, you said that the last time you were here, the incinerator was off.
Ah, yes. About that, there can be no mistake. If I have got one thing for going for me, it's my memory.
They could look like butt cheeks. You are right.
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, came down here to check the place out. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back in the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has the key to open the gate, it should be impossible for the incinerator to be on. And yet...
So that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. But how is that possible? Incinerator has been added to your yada yada yada.
This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off and those glass shards and burnt clothes weren't. What does that mean, Mr. Naegi? Will you be confessing soon?
Why me?
Everyone already knows you did it. All the mysteries are being solved one by one.
Sounds like he's living out of one of his comic book fantasies. In this area. Okay, we're done with this area. Now that we have this, we need to go talk to the man in the gym. We need to talk to Hero. Because he's the guy who looks in the future. In deja vu, I have been in this place before. I am on the street, and I know it's my time to go. Do 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 do. What's up, Stoner, my dude? Hey, Hero, can I ask you something? No, I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out now. I've had enough. Gotta break free. I want to break free. Here, snap out of it. Huh, Makoto, what are you doing here? What? Hey, does this look familiar? Ah, that's my crystal ball. It's all smashed. What the heck? I only brought this because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So how did it break? Was it actually made of glass and not crystal? Did the guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was it seriously all BS? Let's push that aside for now. So you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you. Yeah, that's mine for sure. Probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room? That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. AP World people, big oof. By the way, I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I'd saved up from fortune telling for 2 years. So, I was gonna say like 5,000, but... Oof! $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Look at this idiot. Look at this idiot. Look at that absolute dummy. Stupid dummy head.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial!
I love this. I love Monikuma's voice
Now
actor.
then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Thank you. Red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, where I have to go. Do you watch anime? I watched Danganronpa 3 because that was an anime and I wanted to see what happened next. And I've been watching Zombieland Saga because if you start off within the first minute of someone getting run over by a truck and then having death metal as the body flies through the air, you have me hooked. But other than that, I've watched nothing else. What's up, peeps? Boy. Excuse me? Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? I was in the gym at the same time Hero was. I cannot be the person that is late. That, good sir, you are wrong. Good sir. Good sir. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you.
I bet you were afraid that you'd be discovered as the murderer you are.
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. Then we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they are really convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both knew that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom where all your fates will be decided.
I will say it is a pretty good show. The CGI parts where they decide to use CGI instead of like traditional animation, they look like garbage. I'm sorry, those are awful. But other than that, it's been pretty good. My favorite part has probably been when they literally had a Japanese rap battle. It was great.
I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Well then. Got it! Relax! I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet! Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way. Let's talk to this person. Let's just get started. Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? Who do I freaking talk to? Best girl.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. In the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sayaka wanted us to find out who killed her? The jerk. Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Let's get on the freaking elevator. Guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator. Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me that, to do that. And Sayaka's honor. Oh god, I choked on my own spit. I was about to get like really passionate and everything, but the moment's ruined. As I raised my voice to try to give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with a heavy clunking sound toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how death row inmates feel like when his time finally comes. Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive its judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school.
You finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it just feel like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Not even close.
Well now.
Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. You can't sit I'm sorry, you can't sit with your friends. I need to assign the seat so I can learn everyone's names. Hurry up now, hurry up.
We did what he said and found our seats. Found our seats. Stands. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it would be easier for anyone to transfer their attention and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. Yes, sat there. So, the curtain of our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly clash trial. Yes, I would like to save. Thank you very much. Now this is my turn where I go to get water. BRB. Wait, actually, let me, wait, before I do that, let me bring up, okay, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna stop the poll. Junko won because Leanna was the only one to freaking vote. But now we are going to guess who was the killer now that we have all the evidence. So we're going to start the poll. If you check the description, that's where all the IDs are going to be. So you need to do !vote ID. For example, let's say if you think, let's give the example of what Leanna thinks. If you think Leon did it, then you do !4 because 4 is the one next to Leon Kawada's name. And that'll be a vote for him. It's in the description. If you also need it, you can do !list, but without the space, because if you do it with the space, you're going to get spammed. But you know, have to do it without the space in order to get the list of everything. So we got 1 for Leon. Raja, even though you have no idea what's going on, you can vote anyway. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna go get a thing of water because I am heckin' thirsty. So we gotta vote for... Oh, Owie. Or Akina. Owie. I'm sorry. I don't think I have multi-voting on, so you can only vote for one. So you're also gonna vote for Junko. By the way, Junko's heckin' dead. Just saying. She could have done it, but she heckin' did. But yeah, I don't have multi-voting on, so your vote for Hina went in. So let me set the skills. I already got all that. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast and homebound. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I don't know half these characters are. Flashback to when my
Let's
theory
begin
died.
with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
I don't have to voice act this part. Everyone gets to narrate. All the voice actors get to do their jobs, so I get to relax and make fun of everything.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
You heckin'
then
screwed up,
I'll
boy.
punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Because y'all
And the
stupid.
killer really is one of us, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hands.
This isn't heads up 7-Up.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on
Because
and
they're
start the
idiot.
trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Oh
Friendship penetrates?
Okay.
Don't say that word
but
that way. Thank
what
you very
about
much.
that other empty seat?
There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin, the debate. Okay, so you know how I said that my voice acting was done, but now I have to narrate Stu Makoto. It's about to begin, the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found out, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is like to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely! As things progress during each class trial, you'll engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they said. Any truth bullets that you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim, then fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during the arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck, GLHF. Oh, we starting out simple.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Wow, thanks, genius.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom.
Oh, I hit the wrong thing.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Idiot.
No, that's wrong.
That is wrong. Okay, so I was playing VR chat. Okay, wait, shut up, Makoto. Makoto, I need to say something. Okay, so I was playing VR chat, and while I was screwing around, I found one of the worlds that had a Makoto avatar. So I picked their avatar, and my second favorite thing, because oh my god, that scared me for a second. Okay, because in VR chat, this exact song plays when you're when you start doing something, when you do like a specific emote or something, so that really put me off. But my favorite thing about the avatar is that it randomly has a gun, which is hilarious. My second favorite thing is that if you press like the grip button on the Vive, it shows up a picture that literally just says "Ding dong, y'all are wrong," and it's great. Okay, back to the game.
With the way things have been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Also, sorry, I'm trying to take the label off of water bottles because I did that with every single freaking water bottle I have.
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
Who else?
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
Chihiro, I love you,
She
but
must
you're
have hid
stupid.
in the main room
I'm just
first.
kidding, you're the ultimate
Then
programmer.
she
You're
ran
probably
to the
smarter than I
bathroom
am.
to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
That's why I gave that's why I gave Sakura basically a Batman voice, because that's her literal voice.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
And this is why I gave this man an Aisley voice, because that's his literal voice. Need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. I wonder what it is. Gives you one thing.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had.
No, that's wrong.
Ding dong, y'all are wrong.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
God, the music started playing again and again. That really put me off. Okay, anyway, also, since it is the first trial of the first game, it is a kind of easy trial to, like, get you into it, but as it goes on, they get a lot more complicated, and this trial will throw in a twist that you're like, what?
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach, and if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our
Get
arguments.
idiots.
Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
Like, I love almost all the characters here, but I'm gonna call them each idiots.
You really believe that?
Except Stoner Dude. Nah, I'm gonna call Stoner Dude an idiot. She's right, there's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know well that I'm not the killer. There's a bit more that you need to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely! You can concentrate by holding down the space key. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if the gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. There's no need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun. PLHF. The music is bopping though.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right?
Yeah, I'll do that real quick. Actually, once I
He did it in secret. Nobody was in.
ding dong yong gong. Yeah, I'll up the volume a bit.
Okay, wait. Hold on.
Cause I have the voice volume actually all the way up.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone.
So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall?
Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Triggered.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ugh, good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
Monokuma is very triggered.
Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
The killer.
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's... Me. Right.
But then,
Right.
couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because,
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means, we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
I ship it.
So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome.
You just diddly darn messed up, boy.
I'm a girl.
Ah, assuming genders in 2018. You just diddly darn messed up.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because...
No, it's not
here
even that Sakura's transgender or anything like that. It's literally that she is just a muscular girl. She big.
Sayaka.
She took all the
She's the one who came to the
steroids.
dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
I was drinking my water. I shouldn't have laughed at that, but it was just like I saw Sayaka come in and take the knife, and she died. So who took the knife? Sayaka. I got it.
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
I shouldn't be laughing.
When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
This is a serious situation.
As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all.
Oof.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Also, the graphics are a bit low level because, again, this game was originally released on the PlayStation Vita, I think in 2011. Actually, let me look that up. Because it was released to Steam, I think in 2015 or 2016. And that was the American port, because America didn't get a port until like 5 years later. Okay, it was initially released in 2010, but then it was released on Steam February 2016. Okay, so Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc is a visual novel adventure game developed by Spike Chunsoft as the first game in the Danganronpa series. The game was originally released in Japan for the PSP in November 2010. It was later ported to Android and iOS in August 2012. And then for PC in February... Wait, okay, so Danganronpa, it's on iOS? Okay, this is news to me. I want to see if it's still on. Danganronpa on freaking iOS. Why would you play it there? I mean, it would probably be the best mobile game of all time, but you know. Nope, it's not there anymore. Dang. But freaking iOS, wow. If I didn't do okay, back to the actual game. If I didn't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering.
I also love Kyoko's voice actor.
And until we unravel that
Actress,
mystery,
actually.
you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Don't you? Absolutely. Thing advanced further into the class trial, Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from letters flying around and letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the correct order. Use the mouse to aim, then press the left mouse button to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches zeros, or if you run out of time, you will fail. Well, good luck and have fun. Something that should have been at the scene of the crime, but wasn't. This must be a crucial point. If we can just figure that out, what that something is. I mean, like, you figure it out, because Kyoko obviously has it covered.
Now I understand.
Whoa! Oh my god, he understands, guys.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Thank you, Kyoko!
Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Kyoko, if you could just, like, take it away. Why do I have to figure everything that, like, I don't want to think. Do I have to think?
I got it! Evidence that
Because the
killer had
freaking,
trouble getting into the
whoever was a freaking idiot.
You're
literally
talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh?
took the doorknob off its...
What doorknob?
The door.
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken.
Okay, why didn't the person literally just, like, take the sword and here's Johnny it into the bathroom, okay?
See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then, let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you
Her
understand.
smug grin is everything. Just didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up, but no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradiction. Well then, good luck and have fun. Because this is where it actually gets... This is where the gameplay starts coming in, instead of just pointing and clicking.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
And you can see how much
Sayaka
it
was
gets.
first attacked in the main room.
That's right, that's right.
She then fled into the bathroom.
That's right, that's right.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Ding dong, y'all are wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Idiot.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Tell him, Makoto.
Yep, true.
Never mind, tell him,
But
Monokuma.
you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay,
I don't see how that would work, but okay. I don't know how lock mechanisms work.
In the first place, everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
I'm just kind of spinning my share. The killer didn't know. For some reason, they were convinced that the door was locked, which means an important detail that the killer didn't know is that it took place in my room.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
There's one thing that you never do. The first one is never get into a land war in Asia, but the second most is to never get into a fight to the death with a Sicilian.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom.
Then there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
What she was saying was that, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then there would have been a lock in the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
Accept it. Okay. Byakuya is a jerk. He is a meanie. I have multiple words to say that I can't say on stream.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you, idiot.
Then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
Yeah, okay. I also love Byakuya's voice actor because that size everything too.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
I was expecting the person that has actually been leading this investigation the entire time. But go ahead.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit
Totally
picked
didn't
it
just
up.
drop my phone right now.
That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Impossible.
Negative. If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because, I told her.
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come and see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you didn't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil, and these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single...
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Big oof. Then, that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Apparently you, after that rant you went on
Of
earlier.
course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Okay, thank you for spelling it out
But
again.
can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened. Huh? What makes you say that? Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yeah, Chihiro just said yeah.
Very well then. Pay attention.
So literally starts going at like sonic speed.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the
Makoto.
note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room. I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room. Exactly. The room that Makoto was in.
No, that's wrong.
Countered.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
Who ya think?
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
Here's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay? I'll say something once the class trial is over. Because I don't want to say anything to spoil anything right now, because I want you guys to go on the ride as well. But I want to say something once the trial's over.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out. We know who did it. Whoever she invited over is the culprit.
Thank you, genius. That's what we already found out.
We still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Thank you.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then...
We just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Because there was stuff on her wrist, genius.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? What led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. Because just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullet with the right weak spot to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press the Q key to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullets to fire. Press and release the Q key to cycle through each bullet. Or you can use the mouse wheel. By the way, if logic cell difficulty is not set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck and have fun. I have it set to mean because I am not a wuss.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, there's something wrong with Hero's statement. Need to figure out what it is. Sword was used first and then knife came afterwards.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword.
I think it's the sheath.
And that's when the first sword-based sneak attack.
No, that's wrong.
Because even though I played through this before, I kind of forget like some of the exact answers.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on,
This is why I
it'd be
love
heavy
this
and
game.
bulky and useless as shit.
Because it's the compelling mystery.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right?
Honestly forgot that was even a
The
detail.
palms of her hands were perfectly clean. So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
First of all, she has a broken wrist. So why would she do
Sorry,
that? Second of all,
but I don't
she's about to
think
get
so.
stabbed.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Yes and no.
No, that's not it at all.
The water was off.
I got it!
She was afraid of water.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Insult.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used
Also,
the
you've been
sword.
there 4 days already. Jesus Christ, woman.
But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Love this twist.
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto. Sayaka was the one
Makoto.
who suggested
Why do you pronounce
you
it
two
like that?
switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room, where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, The target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation, a totally forgettable kid, or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it, because I was gonna wait till the end of the trial to say it. But I love the play on the love interest. Because, like, Pedro said it himself that it was very obvious that Sayaka was gonna be the one to die first. Because it was kind of set up that way. However, it wasn't set up that way, that the love interest's entire intention was to set you up for a murder they were planning to commit. Which is amazing, because it completely turns everything you thought you knew on your head. Which I love about the series. You never know what's gonna come next. You never know what expectations they think you have. No, the expectations you have and flipping those expectations on their head. I love that about this series.
That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Oh yeah, that's maybe why you're here to begin with.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. There's still truth bullets that we haven't used, so, get debated.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review
Fudge.
all the clues we found up to this point.
No, I didn't mean to shoot that.
It's easy just to... But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, that's wrong.
The numbers. Hit him with the numbers.
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Wait, what did you say?
Dying message.
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Her left index finger. Also, it's in her blood.
Her
That would be
left
kind of
index
weird.
finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it.
Lefties unite! Or forced lefties, but you know what I mean!
What the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Automatically assumed that she's like, hold up now.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
What? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1 look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
That's offensive. Don't talk about Machihiro like that. Best girl.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't
Noelle.
make any more sense than before.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Okay, you're not gonna be able to see this, but I'm gonna turn my head upside down.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right on to who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
You was right.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180
Also, I was gonna wait
degrees.
till the end of the trial to say this, but the first time I played this, I actually looked, like, I saw it and immediately thought of that, and looked at it that way. So, because first I thought it was numbers, but before going into the trial, I was rethinking about it. I was like, wait, and I looked at it upside down, and I literally said, oh, Leoii. What does that mean? I don't know. And then realized, oh my god, I am an idiot. It was bad. It was bad, man. Feels bad.
If you
Monkey
turn the
ass.
message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
I know I'm a freaking idiot.
L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
Leoii. Come on. Duh.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all.
That's the defense you go with. Okay.
She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
It was the thing that we found in the room, if I can get down to it.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them.
Oh, now I'm all dirty!
And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button at the
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs
I
to.
love how all of them, like, just assume that even though it's like... He burns the shirt, but because everyone's wardrobe is the exact same, everyone just wears the exact clothes, and everyone just treats it like it's normal. Yeah, everyone has the exact same clothes.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
Burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it that we need to... How it was disposed of.
If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in. And the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
What? Oh, that's cool. What? Huh? No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. That's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
Yeah.
So the only
Following
one
you,
who
following you.
could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the...
That's wrong. Ah, fudge. No, you're right. You're right. Shut up. I screwed up. Fudge.
The key to the track, whoever was on clip.
So the only one, the person.
And you'd have to get close to the
Incinerator.
That's what I wanted to break.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
I was a freaking idiot and spent $1 million.
But how would you use it?
Chuck it. Divine with it.
The killer simply took
I'm gonna
aim at
make
the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate.
Crystal ball, what do I see? The button door open, the incinerator turning on for me. Just starts like thinking really hard, then the button gets pressed.
All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I was quite certain it was off the last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key. So the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
Ladies and gentlemen,
Because the killer is the
we got
ultimate
him.
baseball star.
Isn't that right, Leon? Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 50
You
feet away
stupid.
would surely be
I don't know what
challenge
you're
for the
stupid.
ultimate baseball star.
I don't know what you're talking about. You idiot. You stupid.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer. These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong. I'm telling you.
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that,
You
we can end this.
Idiot.
Listen to me. What the hell do you mean end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered. And the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Every case has at least one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book.
Or manga if you're Japanese.
However, you'll notice that in the comic, there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the left mouse button, Holy cow, you get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. Closing argument. Also, because it is Japanese, it's, the opposite. There we go. Done with these. Oh, I still have all these. Fudge. And a roller and button. Oh, I still have all these. Ball. Oh, reenact. Wow, those were... Oh, no. I screwed up. Nope. There we go, reenact.
I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning.
Because if you get it wrong, you have to restart.
Last night, the killer
Well,
went
not
to
like
the
restart
room
the entire thing,
Sayaka
but
was
that
in.
part will be wrong. You
In
have to
other
figure out where
words,
you screwed up.
my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom.
And didn't take the knife with her.
The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife,
So you know that like sense of unease that
and stabbed Sayaka.
that I was talking about when we discovered Sayaka's body? I'm getting that sense of unease now because I know exactly what's coming up, and I'm still freaking nervous. God, my heart is beating, my legs are weak.
She had remaining,
Mom, my
Sayaka
sweater
left a
already,
dying
Mom, spaghetti.
message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot, and that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life.
Oh, I had the wrong button. Fudge. There.
Killer is you!
Is you.
The crystal ball, which then
Because I forgot that button was already a thing. I was like, fudge. And it got yote.
Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed.
Vote for. I mean...
Part of the shirt
Nice try, Raja. Nice try.
burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
Complete.
It would appear that Hero simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt. And that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object, I object, I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
Absolutely. Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent will simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as a bullet time battle, aka the BTB, by the way. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with a rhythm. Match your button presses with each tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. Press the right mouse button to lock onto opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you locked onto with the left mouse button as the tempo meter reaches the center. Use the method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull that off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the left mouse button to shoot it down with a truth bullet like any other statement. Refute their statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like you said before, if your influence gauge reaches 0 and you run out of time, you fail. Well then, GLHF.
When the killer broke the bathroom doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. So what did the killer use?
What did the killer use to take apart the doorknob?
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, 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 stupid!
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Rhythm time! Moment of truth.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance!
This is going quick now.
You lie!
Panic time!
Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
Where's your toolkit, Buckarino?
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Thank you, Mondo.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
So I
That's because
wonder.
the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Oh my goodness.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this,
Then
the
all of this could
screwdriver
go
will show
away.
some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
God, I'm having the same feeling from the first time I played it. Because I know that's weird imagery, but I know exactly what they're going for with it. I'm not okay. I know exactly where they're going with that imagery.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Uh-oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kawada.
Okay, I'm gonna explain the imagery if you guys aren't getting it, because the second, the first time I saw it, I didn't even have to think about what they were going for, because I know exactly what it is. It's just the sheer panic of, his entire world crumbling before him.
Hey, hold on.
Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
What is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
That's why...
That's why I killed her first.
You are any different?
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was a complete chance that I wound up like
I
this.
was just... unlucky. That's all. Hey, come on!
You can't just accept me to accept my death. Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because what we came up with was really is the truth. Then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that were true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind. It's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her, and the video had actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here with no way out. They're probably waiting for me.
Why?
I can't afford to be stuck here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them, and Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that.
Boy howdy, the entertainment energy must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try to kill someone just because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness.
What did you say?
I understand, I really do. Yep, you're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse.
Stop screwing with us. This is your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like this? All of it. Everything. It's your fault. Suddenly, in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now.
Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kawada will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
That's it?
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's why...
No, that's not... Stop it. I've had enough of this. Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't say Leon is to solely blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the one to blame is him. If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation. The mastermind.
Uh-oh, did you just awaken your sense of justice? Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is it that kind of justice that's awakened within you?
Just shut up.
Okay, well, anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment.
I'm begging you, please, don't do this.
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star.
No.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No!
And here we go. I want you to listen to the music. That winding up sound is so disturbing to me. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
I mean...
Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control. What's going on?
I can't take it.
Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well, hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Why are you doing this?
Evil! You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type guy. Or in this case, a secret, awful secret society type bear. So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal? It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. It's like you're trying to put a mile on a scale. I don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying. I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together.
Shit.
I don't know who you are, but I'm going to pound you into the ground.
You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened, happened because more than one of you decided you want to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets of the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world, being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, aren't you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever.
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say? I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there, just like before.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Anyway, let's get to the Blackened's punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for after all.
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to?
Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later.
And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned to reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trials started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case by yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you, that's a fact you can never change. But even till the end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why As she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However,
even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
so...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. She didn't care what happened to you. She never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility, but I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone, or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all of this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No, I'm gonna carry them with me for the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh well. I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. What a way to start a game. Besides the prologue, that's how you start it. To be continued, and we're going to end it there. I've been streaming / recording for almost 3 hours now, which is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But, you know, take it as I can get. Take it as I can get. So, we are going to, we're going to end it here. Yeah, 3 people died. We had Junko, who got spears shot through her, which was totally metal. We had Sayaka, who got stabbed in the gut. And we had Leon, who got pummeled to heck and back with a bunch of baseballs. So, now that that's over, I'll get my thoughts. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I want to talk about it for a little bit. Oh, Junko, she was someone at the beginning. You should watch the last stream and the beginning of this stream. Hello, Cute Bonnet the Demon. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? But, by the way, if you, Cute Bonnet, if you don't know this game, I'd recommend to leave. Because we just finished the first chapter, and I'm finishing up, I'm ending the stream now because I've been streaming for almost 3 hours now, and I'll actually continue with it tomorrow now that I'm thinking about it. Tomorrow, I'll be doing a Lego stream in the morning because I promised a friend that I would do that. And then later on, I will be doing some more Danganronpa. Not sure how long the stream will be, maybe an hour or 2. Probably not as long as this one. I just wanted to get through the investigation and the trial. Yeah, plug your ears now because we're going to be talking about the prologue and the... Oh yeah, tomorrow's New Year's. I'll probably stream earlier then, so I actually have time to watch the ball drop and everything. But, we're going to be talking about Chapter 1 and the prologue. I love the beginning to this game. I feel like it is a great way to open a game. You have the premise, which is already compelling by itself, but then you have the character introductions, which they do very well, although it is in an exposition type sense, where it's literally talking to everyone at the beginning. But you get a good layout of what each character is supposed to be, and then they develop their characters just through the dialogue alone, you never learn anything about them except their personality traits and what their ideals are, what their ideas are, what their hopes and fears are, just through what they talk about, and then getting closer to them through the intimacy events when you're going to free time, which is fantastic. I love that way of storytelling. It's show don't tell. Well, technically you're telling, but you're telling in a clever way. But then when it came to the murders, and it came to the execution, and it came to the mystery, I feel like this is a great first trial, because it is very simple. You could figure it out before you even get into it if you solve the huge clue beforehand like Leanna did, and not be an idiot like me and think the inn is actually 2 eyes. But it's a very, very simple mystery. But it gets more complex when you realize the expectation of Sayaka's character has been completely turned around, which is fantastic, because it introduces something that's going to continue with this game. Is this game free or not? No, but right now it's on sale for $10 if you want to check it out. You can look it up on Steam. Look up Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. It's on Steam right now. It's on sale right now on Steam for $10. You can buy it and download it. I'd highly recommend it. You don't want to get spoiled. Honestly, the best part about this game is the not knowing and the mysteries and the expectations. If you don't want to buy it, you can follow it along with me as I stream it, because I will be streaming the first game, the second game, and the third game. If you're impatient, you can go over, either get the game yourself and do it, which I would highly recommend. Get the game yourself, experience it for yourself, freak out about the twists and turns by yourself, or experience it with friends, as in either join a stream, stream it yourself if you want, or invite some friends over and collectively freak out, which is what I did for the third game, which was freaking fantastic. Having us all freak out collectively, that was fun. But yeah, if you get impatient when it comes to either my playthrough or you want to just get to it, there are multiple other complete playthroughs out there right now. I think Cinnamon Toast Ken has done one. There's a bunch of other ones out there that you can find. But I will be streaming everything. If you can see my progress of the game so far here. Here's the playlist of everything. You can also join my Discord, which is where I announce all the streams and all the stuff that I'll be doing, whether it be streaming or anything else. Also, another reason why there is no face cam is because I'm collecting the footage to do a video over the complete series, as in Danganronpa 1, 2, the anime 3, the V3, the spin-off game Ultimate Despair Girls, and possibly the book Danganronpa 0. But I am planning on making an entire video discussing all of the games in detail. I might have to split it up because the series might actually turn into a series of me discussing each individual game, but it's something that I want to do, so I'm collecting all the footage for it. But going back to Sayaka and destroying expectation, that's something that's going to continue in this game and the previous games and the next games consistently. You will have an expectation set up for you. Danganronpa will know the expectations it's setting up. Take your expectations, hit it over the head with a sledgehammer, break your shins, and bring you along for 30 minutes of you not knowing what's going on. Because even though you can easily figure out that, spoilers, it was Leon who did it, just by the message alone, it's hard to tell that Sayaka was actually the one that was planning the murder to begin with, and Leon just happened to do it and be in the wrong scenario. Granted, obviously he broke down the door, so he's at fault. But Sayaka being the one to set it up, and it turns out that the crush or the very obvious person that you think is going to be a love interest, and even though you suspect that she might die, you don't think she's the one setting up the murder and actually betraying you in this entire time, setting up a facade, which is great. And it's something, again, that I freaking love, because all your expectations have been turned around. So I think that's basically my thoughts. Also, but actually, before I end it, now that I'm thinking about it, Leon's final moments and his execution. Another thing about these games are the executions. I love Leon's execution because it's freaking brutal in an amazing way to start it, because you know that he's not messing around. It sets the tone of what the executions are going to be from there on out. They're going to be brutal and unforgiving. And that is especially clear. And I love the imagery of him just freaking out because he's desperate. He knows that he is going to die, and that's personally something that I am afraid of myself. Not dying, but changing something, not being able to change something you know you can't change. Where he knows he's going to his death, but he just desperately doesn't want to go. He's trying to make every excuse that he can, and the imagery of his face shifting and turning, of like just the desperation of him trying to come to terms with his inevitable execution. It's great. It makes you feel for the character, and that's something that I also like. You feel bad for the victims. One, because the execution is so brutal, but two, because they're forced into this situation, and you can sympathize with them. You feel what they're going through, even though it's something that you will never experience yourself. You can feel the desperation of them freaking out of like, please don't kill me. And I just find that awesome, because I love games that are able to give you emotions other than fun. If they can make you feel sadness, if they can make you feel fear, they can make you shook to all get out. I love those games, because it's something past game mechanics at that point. It is a narrative, and it's a great narrative. So I'm gonna end the stream here. I've been streaming for now over 3 hours, but I wanted to give my final thoughts and what I was thinking, because this isn't my first playthrough of it. I've played through all the games before, but I'm not going to spoil anything for any of the upcoming situations or deaths and executions, or any of the twists coming up, because again, it is a game that you want to experience as spoiler free as possible, because going through the twists and turns is what makes this game great. And the fact that even though I know everything that's coming up, I am still alive. I'm ending the stream in like a minute, but I am alive. But like, even though I know everything that's going to happen, the fact that I still feel a pit in my stomach, my hands sweating, my knees weak. I'm not gonna go mom spaghetti, because that's a very obvious joke that I've already made. It's not 6 a.m. for me. It is 12. It's 11:16 for me. But the fact that I can feel nervousness and anxiety, even though I know exactly what's coming up, is great. Because you can feel it about to happen. You know, like, even if you don't know what's happening, you can feel something about to happen. And it's the anxiety, it's the nervousness, it's the tension of what's about to happen. It's great. But, okay, I'm gonna end it there. I've discussed it enough. I might discuss it in next stream, and I'll definitely discuss it further in my, like, breakdown of all the games. But, yeah. This is also a great cliff notes to my future self as I'm going through trying to figure out the points that I want to make for the video. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Joe, I'm sorry. I know you just joined. But again, you can check out the previous streams in the playlist. We just got heckin' shook. There are 6 chapters in total. We just finished chapter 1. This game is long. It's about 20-30 hours. It gets long. The next game's even longer, and the game after that's even longer. So there's going to be multiple streams into these games, and it's going to be a long time before I finish all of them. But I just want to say thank you for being here. Oh, for the love of... Hello, Octus. Welcome to the stream. Everyone's joining as I'm finishing up. Wow. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm finishing up, but yeah, I'm sorry that you guys have missed it, but yeah, we just finished the first trial and the first murder and everything. But again, if you guys want to check it out, here's the playlist of all of the previous streams. This one will be added to once it finishes rendering and everything. And if you want to join my Discord where I announce everything, and you guys can chat with me and talk about stuff, and I announce what I'm doing next, or what's happening, like if a stream's delayed or gets canceled, or when the next stream's going to be. School's coming back up again, so it's going to be a bit wonky. I've been on break for Christmas, but that's about to be going away soon, so eventually I will stop being able to stream consistently, but I'll try to make it as consistent as possible, so you probably want to join my Discord so you can get the notifications. I'll also try to utilize the set next stream thing that you can on YouTube, although I've never have, because usually it's like the day of that I figure it out, but warning is better than nothing. So yeah, just gave my thoughts. Thank you guys for being here. This has been a blast. I hope you guys will continue being here for next streams. If you guys don't know what's going on, either A, don't spoil yourself. If you don't know what's going on, either A, don't spoil yourself. Get the game, play it. It's $10 on Steam right now. It's on sale. Highly recommend getting it. You won't regret it. It's like 30 hours of your life that you will, like, I might be overhyping it, but you will love the twists and turns of the mystery. You will love the characters. You will get attached 100%. You will feel things. Or B, you can join me on my streams and watch the playlist and join me for future streams. But I think you should actually wrap it up, because I said that I would wrap it up like 10 minutes ago. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for being here. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.